Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my videos. This is your Manchester United Liverpool preview. It's Sunday, 4:30 kick-off at Old Trafford. Manchester United and Liverpool is the biggest game in English football. Now, we haven't beaten Liverpool in the Premier League since 2018. Liverpool's last win at Old Trafford was back in 2014 when they won 3-0. If we do beat Liverpool, that will put their top four hopes down the sink. Now, we beat Liverpool earlier on this season 3-2. At Old Trafford in the FA Cup 4th round. We drew with them 0-0 at Anfield in the Premier League. Liverpool have endured a very bad season to their standards, and some Liverpool fans have criticised Jurgen Klopp, and even some Liverpool fans have been demanding him out. There was actually a period where Liverpool lost 6 home games on the trot. At one point, they went 68 games unbeaten at Anfield. Jurgen Klopp has been Liverpool manager for over 5 years now. He's won 4 trophies at Liverpool. Obviously, last season he won the Premier League. That was Liverpool's first title in 30 years. He obviously won the FIFA Club World Cup, and he won the Super Cup, and the season before won the Champions League. Liverpool have won 6 Champions Leagues. They've won the most Champions Leagues out of the English clubs. Last season, Jurgen Klopp extended his contract with Liverpool until 2024. Before Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp was at Borussia Dortmund. He won a few trophies there, and before Dortmund, he was at Mainz 05. Jurgen Klopp hasn't got a good pedigree behind him. He's the best manager Liverpool have had in this generation. Before Liverpool had Jurgen Klopp, they had Brendan Rodgers. He endured one good season with Liverpool. Before, they had Roy Hodgson. Roy Hodgson is probably one of the worst managers that Liverpool have ever had. They had Kenny Dalglish at one point. Wasn't a good manager, but was certainly a good player for Liverpool. They had Rafael Benitez. He was very good for them. He won the Champions League with Liverpool. Gerard Houllier, they had him a lot of years ago. He died, didn't he? And many years ago, they had Bill Shankly and Bob Paisley. Liverpool have got some injuries. Kelleher's out with injury. Origi has been out with injury, but he doesn't really get in Liverpool's team anyway. I think Liverpool could offload Origi in the summer transfer window. Phillips, he's also injured. I think he's a young player. Jordan Henderson, he's also been out with injury, and he's one of Liverpool's key players. Could be back though for this game. Joe Matip is out with injury. He's definitely injury prone for Liverpool. Joe Gomez, he's out with injury, and Virgil van Dijk is out with injury. Virgil van Dijk has been a big miss for Liverpool. Mohamed Salah, he is a good player, but he also has his bad games as well. I think at some point Liverpool will sell him. Do you think they could sell him in the summer transfer window? Roberto Firmino, now I think he's enjoyed a poor season. The chances have been there for him, but he hasn't converted them. He's a good player, is Firmino, but just hasn't proven how good he can be in a lot of games this season. He's been heavily criticised. Sadio Mane, he's a very, very good player for Liverpool. Shows good attacking intent, very good at creating chances, can score good goals, and his crossing's also good. But Mane can also have his bad games as well. Diego Jota, I think he's made a fantastic impact at Liverpool. Liverpool got him last year from Wolves. Diego Jota was out with injury earlier on this season for Liverpool. I also liked Jota though when he was at Wolves. Liverpool have obviously got Shaqiri. He isn't a 90-minute player. He makes an impact from the bench. I think there's a good chance Liverpool will offload Shaqiri in the summer transfer window. They did get him from Stoke. He played in the game against us in the 0-0 draw at Anfield this season. I think he started. Thiago, I don't think he's made much of an impact at Liverpool. I think a lot of Liverpool fans were expecting him to do much better than he has done. Liverpool got Thiago last year from Bayern Munich. Oxlade-Chamberlain, he's injury prone. He's sustained quite a few injuries at Liverpool. But he's done quite well for them. I also liked him when he was at Arsenal, and he was also good at Southampton. Do you think Liverpool could offload Oxlade-Chamberlain in the summer transfer window? They've got Naby Keita. He doesn't get in Liverpool's team. And I think there's a good chance they'll offload him in the summer transfer window. Liverpool have got a lot of midfielders. Obviously, James Milner is still with them. I'm expecting James Milner to leave Liverpool at the end of this season. Will he retire or will he go to another club before he retires? I think he's done quite well for Liverpool, to be fair, as James Milner. Could even go to Leeds. Liverpool have got Tsimikas. They got him last year. He doesn't really get in Liverpool's team. I think he is a left back. Obviously, Liverpool have got Trent Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold, should I say. I think he's enjoyed a lot of poor games this season. Defensively, he's been quite poor this season, but I think he does show good attacking intent. Trent Alexander-Arnold has been at Liverpool for a long time now, came up their youth setup. Obviously, they've got Andrew Robertson. He's been a very, very good left back for Liverpool. Liverpool did get him from Hull. Earlier on this year, Liverpool brought that Ben Davies in. and they also brought Kabak in. I think Alisson is a very, very good goalkeeper for Liverpool. Probably one of the best goalkeepers in the world now. Liverpool have let a few players go in recent years. Don't forget they let Nathaniel Klein go. They let Dejan Lovren go. They let Adam Lallana go. They let Trivela go. They let Brewster go. They let Hoover go. They loaned Minamino out to Southampton. I think Liverpool got Minamino in January of last year. Got to say, Liverpool have done very, very good business with Southampton in recent years. Liverpool drew their last league game against Newcastle 1-1. Now, we're coming into this game on the back of a 6-2 win against Roma in the Europa League semi-final first leg. I can assure Manchester United are in the Europa League final. It's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first major final as Manchester United manager. The performance was sensational in the second half against Roma, but was poor in the first half. Obviously, our goals came from Bruno Fernandes. He got 2. Edison Cavani got 2. Paul Pogba got 1 and Mason Greenwood got 1. He came off the bench. Roma's goals were from Manuel Pellegrini from the penalty spot and Edin Dzeko. I wasn't expecting us to beat Roma 6-2, especially with us being 2-1 down at half time. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer knows how imperative the Europa League is. Solskjaer wants to get his first trophy on the board as Manchester United manager. We haven't won a trophy since 2017, and that's nowhere near good enough to our standards. But I think we'll win the Europa League now. Obviously, we do play Villarreal or Arsenal in the final. I presume everybody will want a Man United and Arsenal final because obviously it will be an all-English final. Don't forget Solskjaer did say last month that winning trophies can be an ego thing. Obviously last season we got to the Europa League semi-finals. We lost 2-1 to Sevilla. And we won the Europa League back in 2017 under the Jose Mourinho where we beat Ajax in the final 2-0. Roma are not a poor team, but they're not exactly a great team either. They are sitting 7th in Serie A, and they're winless now in their last 5 games in all competitions. You know, their current manager is Paulo Fonseca. You know, he's been Roma manager since 2019. So the second leg against Roma is next week, and our next league game after Liverpool is Aston Villa. I can assure we'll finish in the top 4 in the league this season. We'll probably finish second. We know we're not going to win the Premier League because we are too far behind Man City. Solskjaer did say earlier on this season though, we will never ever give up on the Premier League title. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. That's obviously 8 years ago now. By the way, prior to the game against Roma, Solskjaer did say that he meant no disrespect to Roma fans regarding the posters, because Roma fans put posters up of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer outside the training ground. We drew our last league game with Leeds 0-0. It was a poor performance by Man United against Leeds at Ellen Road, but I thought in general it was a very, very poor game. You know, there wasn't really many chances. I recall our best chance from Marcus Rashford from the free kick produced a good save from Mejele. Rashford also had another chance. I think Greenwood had a chance in that one, and Bruno Fernandes had a chance. Leeds' best chance was from Helder Costa when he hit the roofing of the net. We're very, very good though away from home. We are unbeaten in our last 24 Premier League away games, so we haven't lost away from home in the Premier League for over a year. We are in a good vein of form at the moment. I think we're now unbeaten in our last, 7 games in all competitions. But that win against Roma recently gives us a lot of confidence going into this game against Liverpool. I think the only injuries we've got is 2, and that's Anthony Martial. He's out with an knee injury. It looks very, very likely he's going to be out for the remainder of the season. Solskjaer confirmed that not so long ago. Martial sustained the injury whilst he was on international duty with France. And Phil Jones is still injured, but he doesn't get in our 11 anyway. On my next video, I'll be giving you my starting 11 prediction for this game, and also too, I'll be giving you my reaction to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference building up to this game. I do believe he has done his press conference. But like I've said in regards to Liverpool, I've been surprised how poor they've been this season, because in the last 3 years or so, you can say they've been the best team in England, like Solskjaer said earlier on this season. Don't forget, last season as well, Liverpool went on a 44-game unbeaten run. But it's going to be interesting to see how Ole Gunnar Solskjaer approaches this game. We haven't been brilliant, have we, against the top 6 sides this season? We've beaten some, obviously, won away at Man City 2-0. Beaten Tottenham not so long ago 3-1. Beat Liverpool in the Cup 3-2. And that's about it. Now, I want to delve into some news on Edinson Cavani. Edinson Cavani has decided to stay at Manchester United, which is very good news from a Man United perspective. Now, it recently said that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is doing all he can to convince Edinson Cavani to stay. Now, not so long ago, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said that Edinson Cavani's future is not 100% decided. But prior to that, he said that Edinson Cavani will leave in the summer. Now, not so long ago, Edinson Cavani had a meeting with Manchester United, and it said he's asked to leave Manchester United to join Boca Juniors. Now, Footballer Insider said earlier on this season that Edinson Cavani is willing to take a pay cut to join Boca Juniors. It said he had a verbal agreement with them, and it said Boca Juniors are willing to offer him a 3-year contract. Now, Marcus Rojo, who was a former Manchester United player, he held talks with Cavani earlier on this season regarding a move to Boca Juniors. Solskjaer said earlier on this season, didn't he, that Cavani was closer to Boca Juniors than staying at Man United, and Cavani's father even came out and said that Cavani's unhappy, he's not comfortable in England and he wants to leave. So yeah, he's staying at Manchester United for next season now, is Cavani. And I'm really, really happy because Cavani has made a fantastic impact since he's come in. You know, in a lot of his games at Man United, his hold-up play has been good, he's created chances, his movement in and around the box has been good, he's scored very good goals. You know, but there has been some games where he hasn't got enough service and he's looked isolated. We got Cavani on a free transfer last summer. He signed a 1-year contract with the club with an option of a 2nd year. Edinson Cavani has got a good pedigree behind him as a player. You know, he won trophies at PSG and he was a long-serving player at PSG. You already know the news regarding the transfers, don't you? I have been giving you an update, haven't I, on Harry Kane from Tottenham. Daniel Levy, the Tottenham chairman, has said Tottenham will only consider offers starting at 125 million for Harry Kane. Now, Harry Kane has come out and said that he wants to win team trophies, and he does want to leave Tottenham. He said earlier on this season, did Kane, he will ask to leave Tottenham if Tottenham failed to qualify for the Champions League. Now, it said earlier on this season that Harry Kane wants to stay in the Premier League if he decides to leave Tottenham. And it actually said earlier on this season that PSG were looking to beat us and City to the signing of Harry Kane. Earlier on this season, it said that Harry Kane had dealt Tottenham a major blow because it said Harry Kane is refusing to commit his future to Tottenham, and it said he was delaying his transfer decision until after the Euros. David Ornstein spoke about Kane earlier on this season, and he said he spoke to people in football. He said Kane is unhappy at Tottenham and he wants to leave. He said he's committed to Tottenham whilst he's there, but he said he wants to win the biggest trophies, and obviously Kane isn't experiencing this at Tottenham. Harry Kane has been at Tottenham for a long time. He's been with them around 17 years now. He's been in Tottenham's senior squad since 2009. He's got a contract with Tottenham until 2024, because back in 2018 he signed a 6-year contract. Kane's had quite a few loan spells before with Leyton Orient, Millwall, Norwich and Leicester. Kane is regarded as one of the best strikers in the world because he's a prolific goal scorer and that, and he's won the Golden Boot a couple of times. There's a few strikers though that Man United have been looking at. I recently give you the news on Dominic Calvert-Lewin from Everton. Everton want at least £80 million to sell Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Stretty News recently said that we recently made a bid for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He's a prolific goal scorer. He's proven in the Premier League. You know, he has been at Everton now for quite a few years. He's made around 141 appearances in the Premier League and he's scored 38 goals. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's under contract with Everton until 2025. Everton paid just $1.5 million for him. Before he was at Everton, he had loan spells with Northampton Town and Stalybridge Celtic. And before he was at Sheffield United, and he was at Sheffield United for a long time. You already know the news regarding Erling Haaland from Borussia Dortmund. He says we may be forced to wait until next year to get Erling Haaland, because next year Haaland will be available for around 68 million, because that's when his release clause becomes active. We're set to make Erling Haaland our number one transfer target. Dortmund recently set their asking price for Haaland. It's 130 million. He says Man United are prepared to pay 130 million. I can assure Haaland will leave Dortmund if Dortmund fail to qualify for the Champions League. Michael Zorc, Borussia Dortmund's sporting director, said not so long ago that he's adamant that Erling Haaland will be at Dortmund next season. And you already know the news regarding Jadon Sancho, don't you? We're confident we can get Jadon Sancho on the cheap this summer. We've talked with Jadon Sancho's representatives over the potential move to Old Trafford. You know, Liverpool could even go in for him if they decide to sell Mohamed Salah. Borussia Dortmund, though, are planning to sell Sancho, so it gives them a much greater chance of keeping Erling Haaland. Earlier on this season, Borussia Dortmund admitted that they're willing to sell Jadon Sancho for the right price, but Borussia Dortmund's CEO did reveal that the club will discuss exceptional offers. So yeah, there's a lot of players that Man United are looking at, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is aware that the summer transfer window is massive for himself and Manchester United in general. In the summer transfer window, I'm expecting us to make around 3 or 4 signings, maybe even 5 signings, and I've already identified the areas in the squad where we need to strengthen up. The summer transfer window will be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. Solskjaer should get the backing he deserves in the summer transfer window, because we've got John Murtough, he's our director of football. We've got Darren Fletcher, he's our technical director, and we've got Matt Judge, he's part of the club. Said earlier on this season that we're expected to spend big in the summer transfer window, but Solskjaer did mention that he wants to keep transfer dealings quiet. I can assure Solskjaer will be Man United manager in the summer transfer window, and he'll be Man United manager next season, because it's already been made clear that he will not be sacked even if we fail to win the Europa League. But I've already said that Solskjaer does deserve at least another season at Man United. Quite a few players are going to leave Man United in the summer transfer window. A lot of United fans are saying that we need to offload Anthony Martial. I think we need to offload Juan Mata. Donny van der Beek, I think we need to offload him because he's not getting enough opportunities at Manchester United. There's actually been a lot of narratives coming out regarding a swap deal involving Donny van der Beek. Matic, I think we need to offload him because he's not one of our first choice midfielders, and I've always had my strong reservations about him. Phil Jones, offload him. We should offload Axel Tuanzebe because he doesn't get in our 11. I think we'll be looking to get rid of Diego Dalot permanently. You know, he's out on loan with AC Milan at the moment. Romero, offload him because he's like our 3rd or 4th choice goalkeeper now. And De Gea, you know, we could offload him in the summer transfer window. And Alex Telles, I think there's a good chance he'll leave. It said not so long ago that Alex Telles has decided to leave Man United, and it said Juventus are interested, and Juventus are willing to offer Adrien Rabiot in a swap deal for Alex Telles. There's a lot of players though we'll keep in the summer transfer window, and I reckon there's quite a few players that have got long-term futures at Man United. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care, God bless, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.